Fun weekend, though. Fun weekend.
It was a great weekend. It was. It really was.
Can we have the conversation, though, about Arch? Because, look, he started games before, and everyone acts like that was his first start. It was his first road start. It was his first, time attempting a pass on the road. But people act like, oh, this was his competition back in high school. This is why he struggled so much. It's like, dude, he played throughout the course of the playoff. It wasn't like he hasn't been in bigger moments. Like, the kid is very capable of being a quarterback.
That's the defending national title holders. Like,
well,
it was a good team.
But that's one thing. They lost 14 guys in the NFL draft. They had 8 new starters on defense.
Well, that's fair too.
Right. So, and they have a new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator. There's a lot of changes. Like, I don't chalk that up to, well, that's the defending national, because there's not many guys coming back from that team. I mean, they have a new starting quarterback for that matter.
But it's
what I would say is this. It's not just O State. Like, Matt Patricia came in and literally did a master's class on how to make a quarterback feel about as uncomfortable and lack confidence as anyone I've ever seen. Like, his ability to kind of put in coverages and disguise looks and pressures to get to the point where every time Arch Manning dropped back, and I went through every throw, every play yesterday, there was nowhere to go with the football. Like, there was a few times where, he made some throws, in particular, once he finally found a rhythm there more than a 2-minute drive at the end of the game, the touchdown pass, the ball at the sideline to the tight end. There was a couple in there. But for the most part, like, his fundamentals weren't great. He seemed like he was completely off rhythm, off timing with what the offense called to do. Sometimes he got lazy with it. Everyone's going to go back to the throw to Ryan Wingo on the shallow cross where he threw it behind him. There's no doubt he forced some footballs in there too, but go back and watch the tape. Like, I'm not sitting there saying, oh, he missed a bunch of throws or missed a bunch of reads. There was nothing there for him. Like, that is as good a defense as you will see the entire season, especially for a big game. Give Ohio State credit. And the pass rush, what was interesting about it is, people tend to kind of confuse when you say something like this. They were rushing to contain him. They weren't necessarily rushing to sack him first, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they were rushing to make sure that he didn't get outside the pocket, and they try to suffocate it out around him. And it was interesting watching it on tape because you could tell he wanted to leave the pocket. He wanted to try to get out and run, and he felt like he couldn't really see. He couldn't really get out where he wanted to, be able to see the field a little bit better. And I think it was really unsettling for him. And so for that game and that moment to have a performance like that, yeah, it looks crappy. Everyone's going to come at you now. We live in a world of social media where any swinging Joe can make a comment. I hope he puts the blinders and the earmuffs on. I hope he's able to overcome it because the kid's got talent and ability. And I think this is still a really good team. Like, the one thing I'd say about all 3 of the top 10 matchups is those 6 teams, because there's 3 of those games, they're all going to be a playoff team. Like, I can promise you that. I would be shocked if LSU, Clemson, Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame, Miami don't make the playoff. Because those teams, like, the way those games looked, it looked like big boys playing. It looked like a different level of the sport than everything else that I watched this weekend.
They definitely showed that they can bounce back, especially Notre Dame, seeing their personality last year. I've said it before, if you're going to lose a game, lose it early. If you're going to lose a big game, lose it early.
Especially with the expanded playoff.
Yeah, lose it early.
It's not as punitive as it was, if you were counting on it.
Well, it really doesn't matter that much. I mean, Ohio State took the worst loss they've had in the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry. They still made it.
Yeah, I just say lose it early because you get it out of the way. You get the pressure of being undefeated out of the way. You could sit there and say, we got to get better, and how did we lose that? Or that was a really good game that we played, and it's just early. We lost it. Let's get better. I think it gives you like a different mindset knowing that you got that loss out of the way. Because in college sports, especially in football, there's this idea of going undefeated. And sometimes going undefeated becomes more of a focal point than winning games. And I know that might sound like weird. Like, what do you mean? If you go undefeated, that means you win. No, I'm saying the ultimate goal, like what Ohio State was able to do, or even Notre Dame was able to do to even play for the national title, the ultimate goal is to make it to the end and be able to play for a national title. It doesn't say you got to be undefeated to do that. But I think sometimes there's unnecessary pressure that mounts up when you have an undefeated season going. It's like a no pitcher going, right? It's like the closer you get to that no hitter going on, not no pitcher, but no hitter, the closer you get, it's really not about your effectiveness of making sure like you do what you need to do
surviving.
to win. It's surviving to trying to get it right. So, I mean, get it out of the way. I mean, play a big game. You reap the spoils of winning early on, but that could be false. Just like losing early on, you garner all of the venom and all of the hate that comes your way when you lose a big one or you lose one early, but you have a whole entire season to play your way out of it. So, I mean, I don't see it as a bad thing. It's just all about the leadership and how the coaches and the players respond to having a first week where they lose the game.
The Arch Manning hype train, it was going to be next to impossible for him to live up to all the hype that was going into it. Like, you had people pointing out, the Heisman odds are changing mid-game, and this is going. It's like, Jesus, like, who started that? Like, who started this whole? Arch Manning's going to be the going to win the Heisman.
I mean,
He's going to.
For what it's worth, Jonas, if a kid is going to have a real legitimate shot of winning the Heisman, there has to be somewhat of a little bit of a hype train, even if it's not a super large one, and like you want to keep them under wraps. You still got to have a hype train coming into it. I mean, that's what you want to have. You want the spotlight on you if that's what you're going for. And sometimes you don't ask for it. It's just a part of the way you played or what's connected to you. That's all.
Or it could build up during the season, not before the season actually starts. And we're talking about...
That's fair, too.
But
there might be a guy that's ahead of you based off of the hype train they had coming into the season.
By the way, what was the scene like there in Columbus?
It was incredible. I mean, it felt like as big of a college football game as I've ever been a part of. Like, the crowds, the anticipation, just the way, I think the intensity in the stadium. I mean, you could feel it. I mean, obviously it was a low-scoring game. It wasn't like Ohio State ran away with it. So, as Texas kind of started to mount a comeback and make it really interesting in there in the end, we're some of the guys are watching going, man, I got a flight to catch, but I'll gladly stay for this if it goes into overtime, with the type of atmosphere it was. But it was, it felt like a playoff atmosphere. I mean, it felt different than other games you're a part of. So it's, it's hard to describe to people, but it's like college football has this feel where it feels there's something about the authentic, genuine feel, nostalgic feel, tradition, all the things that go along with it. This was like another level above that. And I don't know how to put it into words, but I guess if you were a part of any of the playoff games last year, like, it felt like there was a lot on the line. And obviously no one's getting eliminated right now, but it felt like it was about the Big Ten versus the SEC. It felt like it was about Arch Manning's Heisman opportunity or Heisman chances. It felt like it was about an Ohio State team that feels like they are good enough to repeat for a national championship. It felt like every single narrative that was out there that was a part of this game, like you're saying how the Heisman odds are changing it felt like all of that was going on at once. That's awesome. How big it felt.
Yeah, the presentation on TV was great. Like it felt massive. The when you were doing the pregame, and my son walks in the room,
Papa, Papa.
He's watching the game. He's watching the pregame, and I'm like,
"Go Cubs, Depeche Mode."
Yeah, I told him, I was like, "Hey, Amal, you know Uncle Brady? Amal, that's my friend. That's him. That you say Go Cubs, Depeche Mode to."
Wait. Do you see Uncle Brady?
Yeah,
that's my friend.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to explain to him.
You do know, like, uncle and friend, like, that's kind of, uncle is family, not friend.
Well, yeah, but we're using it in the way that, like, you'd use it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean?
What do you mean?
That's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's actually not cousin.
What do you mean?
By any way, shape, or form.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean, Brady?
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
What exactly are you insinuating that black people call everybody cousin?
Racist.
Uncle, cousin. There's a lot of that going on. Trust me, my kids got a lot of uncles too.
I call a lot of people Nep. I do. I call them Nep.
Nephew, Unc.
LeVar, why don't you let him finish, cuz? But,
tell me I'm wrong. No. Tell me I'm wrong right now.
You ain't wrong.
Exactly.
Bro, my bro.
It's a term of endearment.
There's my bro right there.
There's my bro. Yeah.
So he's watching you on TV. He goes, he's my friend too. He's my friend too. I was like, you're right. He is your friend. That's right, bud.
Oh, that's cool.
He doesn't
so
care about
cute.
football, Jonas. He doesn't care about football.
Okay, Papa, we go throw ball. Papa.
He saw it. He still thinks the Nittany Lion is a wolf. So we were
Yes.
watching the Penn State game. He goes, the Wolves, and so
They were playing the Wolves.
Yeah, but it was like the whole scene was fantastic. It looked like everybody was gassed up. Did you see Albert Breer, by the way? Was he there? Was he?
I did. Saw Albert. He came by with his fam. I told his two boys, I said, hey, guys, now you got to be good for mom, okay? Because sometimes you guys actually make our national radio show. And Albert's kind of laughing, but no, it was great. Saw them. He was excited.
Okay.
Okay.